Hello again. Actually, just coming to you this time to talk about some of the studio and live gear that I generally play out on. Kind of talk a little bit about it and some of my instruments. Behind me, I have my MTD 535 Norm Stockton and my Carvin AC50F. I'll get out of the way so you can take a quick peek at those. All right. And I've actually recorded some demonstrations of both of those instruments here in the last few hours, and kind of give you an example of some of the gear that I've been playing through here to get the tone into the recorder and out to the video. Basically, my signal chain today here is very, very basic. I'm not running any effects. I'm basically plugging the bass using monster cables straight into a Groove Tubes Ditto Tube DI. It's a great DI. It has a 12AX7 in the input stage, and it has a 12AU7 in the output stage. So it's got two tubes in it. It has up to 30 dB of gain, so you can basically drive the input of whatever recording device you're using, whether it be a desktop recorder or a computer situation like this, and you're going to get good tone and good signal. I really love this box because, especially with the MTD and my Carvin, it's just a very warm sounding DI. Adds a ton of clarity, tightens up the low end. I really can't say enough about it. I've had it for a few weeks now, and I'm just really digging it. More so than even the Radio JDIs and stuff that I've used in the past. This is a very, very nice direct box. I can't really get it in front of the picture right now because it's hooked up, but I'd show it to you. But check them out online. Yeah, it is an active, preamp, so it doesn't require power versus a passive. So actually, DI box, not preamp. Let's see what else. From there, I'm going into a PreSonus FirePod, which is firewired into my iMac, and I run Logic Pro. So that's what I've been doing a lot of the recording with today, getting the signal into the recorder for the video. But generally, I have two FirePods daisy-chained where I have 16 analog inputs. So it's great for recording. You can see the drums kind of back here where they're set up for live recording. And my band Azusa is in the process of working on a new worship CD. Let's see. From there, I have another rack full of some keyboard modules, Roland XV5080, an old Alesis data disc for storing sequences. Lisa's Quadriverb, my favorite effects processor ever made. I've had mine since 1990, so I've had this unit 20 years. I got this when I was about 17 years old, and I just love it. I haven't never gotten rid of it. I've bought and sold gear for years. This is one piece that's never gone anywhere, and it's a great piece of gear. And I basically just am using that right now as an effects processor that I send into my headphone mixer for people that are recording their vocals and stuff, just to give them a little bit of ambience without having to do it through the plugins in the software. I like to record everything dry before I add any effects. Again, I'm using Logic Pro. It's a great program. I've been using Logic since 7 when 7 came out, and absolutely just loving it. Microphones, anything from Shure Beta 58s like we got here, to Octavas, to Audix, to let's see, Newman. I've had a few, one of those, a few of those. I've had one of those here in the studio, using it in the past. Some good microphones, good quality microphones. My live rig though is all Gallien-Kruger. It's again off camera, can't see it, but it's a Gallien-Kruger 1001 RBI head, RBI2. I believe that's 750 watts, 700 watts into 750 watts into 4 ohms, where 700 watts goes to the woofers, and it has 50 watts left over for the tweeters in the Gallien-Kruger cabinets, because it does have a biamp function. So anyway, I got the GK1001 head. My cabinet that I'm using live right now is a GK Neo 410. Again, it's split up in a biamp where the low and mids are going to the woofers, and it does biamp to the horn. It's very clean, very fast, very articulate. It's great with my MTD, great with a fretless. I can plug both basses in and never have to touch the EQ the way I have it set, and I can slap, I can play fretless. I get my, the mid punch from the fretless still. It's good stuff. There's a Korg rack mount tuner in there, and of course, your typical power distributor, also surge protector. Let's see what else. Monitor-wise, I'm using Yamaha. I think they're the I can't remember what model they are right now, but they're the Yamaha powered 8-inch studio monitors. Great monitors, very clean, very articulate. I have some more M Audio gear. I got an M Audio. This is like their trigger finger for doing drum samples. I have a Presonus. This is their fader port. It's basically a DAW station where you can control the faders and start and stop and all these other functions without having to use a mouse. It's a great piece of gear. Also, I'm using a 49-note keyboard controller for doing pads and stuff. Generally have our keyboardist do all the piano parts, or I'll sequence them. Let's see what else here. Direct boxes. Effects. Live effects. EBS Basic IQ or Bass IQ. This is a fantastic envelope filter. Best one on the market as far as I'm concerned. I've had a few of these. Phenomenal, clean, articulate, and huge amounts of envelope filtering, I guess is a good way to put it. And it's very dynamic and it's very expressive. It really, really details the way that you play, so you can get very expressive with it, opening and closing the filter gate. It's very, very, very cool. Check this out. In my pedal board, actually, I should say, I do have TC Electronics chorus, flanger, pitch. Best chorus, I think, on the market. Very clean. Doesn't rob the low end. I like that a lot. I also have a Holy Grail reverb unit in there just for a little bit of reverb for doing solo stuff. Don't really use it live that much. Also, I have the Tech 21 SansAmp VT bass. Great Ampeg SVT simulator. Kick it in. For doing more of the rock things, sometimes with my MTD to make it a little dirtier sounding. The MTD inherently is just very, very, very clean. So let's see what else. What else is in that? That's pretty much it. Using a vocalist for live with our band. We only have 2 people that sing in the band, so I kick that in to do some background vocals at times. Helps fill out the sound. Got a good setting to where it doesn't sound like a Chipmunks. It actually sounds like real people singing. So Lacy hard drives to record straight to from Logic. It's where I store everything to. Everything backs up to my Lacy drives, and that's pretty much it. So very, very thankful, very blessed to be having the gear that I have. Stuff behind me, those 2 basses are just phenomenal, and can't say enough about them. So anyway, check some of that stuff out, and we'll talk to you soon.